Thank you, Clive. Hello, we're bringing you a special look east tonight, live from Southend Airport in Essex, which remains closed until further notice after a plane crashed, killing 4 people. Investigation begins into the cause. We'll bring you up to date with the very latest information on both the crash and the impact on the airport. Also tonight, Southend Airport is unusually quiet tonight. It is one of the UK's smaller airports, but still around a dozen planes were meant to be taking off or landing here today. In fact, people have still been turning up with cases, hoping and expecting to travel. It is just over 24 hours since a small aircraft took off from the runway behind me. Witnesses described seeing the pilot smile at them as they taxied past, but soon after takeoff, the plane was seen to bank and it crashed soon afterwards between the runway and the golf course, just a few hundred yards from people's homes. An investigation into the cause of that crash is now underway. Our reporter Laura Foster has been here all day. Laura, what can you tell us? Well, we'll be back with Laura for an update later in tonight's programme. But we know that this plane was run by a Dutch company called Zeus Aviation. It was based at Lelystad Airport in the Netherlands. Our reporter Sophia Batitza is there. She's just sent this. Well, time now to bring you up to date with some of today's other news across the east. And a large number of farmers in our region have been told they need to stop taking water out of rivers to use on their crops. The ban affects farmers in the Ely Ouse area of Norfolk, Suffolk and Cambridgeshire. The Environment Agency says it had to make a very last-minute decision to introduce the ban because of the hottest, driest spring that they've had in over 50 years. Robbie West has been speaking to some of those farmers affected. Well, next tonight, a social media creator is urging people to be more aware of the disinformation that's being shared online after a video claiming that she died went viral on TikTok. Grace Wolstenholme, who shares her time between Essex and London, posted to her 1.3 million followers about life with cerebral palsy. She was absolutely dismayed to find that one of her own videos had been reposted with the claim that she died. Elliot Deedy has been to meet her. Now, earlier this year, the Vauxhall factory in Luton closed its doors after 120 years of car and van making in the town. After such an economic shock, and with the government focused on investment and growth in the area, how do people living there feel about their prospects? Our political correspondent Ben Schofield has been finding out. Next tonight, the first public inquiry into mental health deaths has heard that there's disappointment with the number of staff giving evidence. The Lampard inquiry is looking into the deaths of more than 2,000 people at inpatient units in Essex over 24 years. The reason it was given full legal status is so that staff could be compelled to give evidence. Our health correspondent Nikki Fox has been in London at the hearing. Lido in Ipswich can still be saved despite the National Lottery Heritage Fund withdrawing its funding. It was announced last week that it wouldn't be given its pledged £6.8 million because work hadn't yet started on the project. Ipswich Council is meeting with the fund. Debbie Tubby reports. Now, given the hot weather we've had lately, you probably don't have much grass on your lawn to mow, do you? It's probably looking a bit parched, like the grass across the way there. But do you remember your first lawnmower? Might not be the question you expected tonight, but I ask because the oldest Flymo has just been discovered at the house of Pete Goddard in Northampton. It's 60 years old and it was found as part of a nationwide search. It is now going to head off to the British Lawnmower Museum. Angie George has the story. Now, if you weren't with us for the start of tonight's programme, we're joining you live from Southend Airport, which is closed until further notice because an aircraft crashed yesterday, killing 4 people. Laura Foster has been here throughout the day. Laura, any more updates for us tonight? So it's an evolving situation. Laura, thank you very much indeed. Well, time now to get the latest on the weather forecast. Here's Jill. Thank you, Jill. It is incredibly windy here at Southend Airport today. People have still been turning up with their cases, hoping to travel. Of course, the advice is to check with your airline before you come here. But it is very quiet at this airport. The community in shock at what's happened, at 4 lives lost on the runway just across the way. Thanks for joining us.